Welcome to the Real Academy, brought to you each Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time by
the Resilience DoctHers,
Dr. Sheikah Houston and Dr. Tammy Taylor, best-selling authors, consultants, and speakers of Create and Educate LLC. Create and Educate LLC is an educational consultant and literary firm that provides professional development to schools and community. Their goal is to transform organizations with the REALL Resilient Framework used to increase their school report card grades 2 and 3 grade levels in 1 year. REALL stands for Respect, Excellence, Accountability, Literacy, and Leadership. This framework is used to coach leaders and teachers and build student efficacy while putting systems in place that aligns the work of the school improvement, making the process manageable. When the work is manageable, teachers and leaders don't stress out or burn out.
The Resilience DoctHers.
Alignment systems are designed to help schools evolve and grow, all while instituting protocols and processes designed to promote collaboration and collegiality. The implementation of the alignment framework prevents some of the most common problems in education, where leaders sometimes aren't sure where to start, or in our new age of educating, leaders need a trusted sounding board that allows them to be vulnerable and transparent, preventing loneliness at the top. The framework doesn't just help leaders, but also prevents teachers from burning out from too many initiatives and embracing teachers as they are the experts. Finally, the framework extends to the children, helping them get engaged in school and solving a nationwide problem. Alignment systems are frequently referred to as a key element of success in the improvement process. In the sport of rowing, all rowers must put their oars in the water, succinctly creating a system for their boat to reach maximum speed. So schools that want to improve are bringing in
the Resilience DoctHers
to teach them all about the alignment systems that must be in place for school improvement to be accomplished at high levels. The dynamic duo provides insights into educational topics through their international platform, which includes educators, parents, and community members as a way to support important entities that make communities thrive. This is their way to pay it forward and provide the support they needed through their platform. Take a look. People who work with
the Resilience
describe them as an
DoctHers
excellent and inspiring group of leaders. They get into the weeds of work with leaders through their TrustMate Institute that you should contact them about today by filling out the contact form on their website.
It's Super Saturday, everyone. Welcome to episode 238 of the Real Academy, brought to you by Create and Educate with your very own Resilience DoctHers. I'm Dr. Sheikah Houston. And as we get started, just tell us what has kept you resilient in the work this week. So again, what has kept you resilient in the work this week? And today's episode is another special one because our sister, our co-host, Dr. Tammy Taylor, is still out on leave. And as we shared last week, her mother, Miss Lula Smith, recently transitioned to be with the Lord, and her service was just one of the most beautiful services I've attended. So job well done for the family, and also just continue to keep Dr. Taylor and her brothers and the rest of the family in prayer. So if Tammy, if you're watching or if you're catching the replay, just know that we are praying for you and we love you. But as you can see, we are grateful to have Miss Dr. Melissa Jones Chunu joining us today. She's a longtime member of the Real Fam, and she's a supporter all the way from Oklahoma. She's an administrator. She has a heart for children. She truly believes in the work that she does for her students and teachers. So welcome, Dr. Chunu.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Houston. I'm extremely honored to be back here on the Real Academy family again today. Good morning, everyone. This platform is a very special platform. It has helped so many educators around the world. And I'm excited to talk about the topic that impacts every school, professional learning communities.
Absolutely. And if this is your first time tuning in, you may be wondering, well, who are the Resilience Doctors?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Dr. Houston. And Dr. Shika Houston and Dr. Tammy Taylor are best selling authors, children book authors, award winning educators, and speakers who transformed their schools after improving their report card ratings 2 and 3 grade levels in just 1 year. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And go ahead.
Oh, thank you so much. And we are honored to have Dr. Jones Chunu here as a resilience doctor herself, doing this type of work as well in her school. And after we have improved our schools 2 and 3 grade levels in 1 year, people started to ask, what did we do? How did you do that? So we started to lead the work in the development of our real framework. If you look at the top of the pane and over our shoulders, you see the picture of the framework. And as senior staff developers for Create and Educate, we partner with schools who would like to be a part of our case study work, where we plan to publish, of course, using our real turnaround model. So if your school or district has a designation, and or if you would like to see growth amongst your African American student populations, your multilingual learners, students who receive special services, we would love to partner with you. We have successfully exited the list, in quotation marks. And yes, and we have managed district and state pressures that are tied to those designations. So our goal is not to just to help you to recover, but we also want to position you as the next documented success story. So if you are looking for help in that area, just contact us through our website. And also, if you are looking for a children's book visit, we are children's book authors. So we would love for you to hear about Amir's Awakening.
And absolutely, if you cannot bring Dr. Houston and Dr. Tammy Taylor to your school, you can keep on tuning in every Saturday to the Real Academy. And this podcast has impacted over 300,000 educators and over 7 million students. I'm going to say it again. This podcast has impacted over 300,000 educators and about 7+ million students. And this is free professional development, free, starting off each Saturday, Dean Super Saturday by Principal Kafele, at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Central Time is Sean Hurt, 10:30 a.m. Create and Educate with Dr. Shika Houston and Dr. Tammy Taylor. Um, we had at 10 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock, the Leader, Mentor, and the GOAT AP and New Principals Academy with Principal Kafele. And Sunday, we have the PGP podcast with did I say doctor? Yes, Dr. Moreno and Principal Josh Tovar.
Absolutely. And we call this the Fantastic Four PD. So please like, share, subscribe, send the stars, make the comments, do all of the things that the platforms do. And we say please and thank you. And I was telling Dr. Chunu that I am completely exhausted. I have been on a 3-day field trip with my daughter's middle school. They went to Washington, D.C. So we have toured all of the things, all of the monuments. I think we went to every museum they had. I think Josh mentioned about getting his steps in. I was getting at least 13 to 14,000 steps every day. So shout out to the school. They did a phenomenal job. The students were awesome. The chaperones, awesome, great job. Teachers did a great job planning. And shout out to Orange Sky Travel. They did a great job with the itinerary and planning everything. So I was happy to make the memories, and it also
Mhm.
feels good as a mom to where I was thinking, well, maybe I'll just let her go. No, Mom, I want you to go. So I made sure I went. And Dr. Chunu, you said your children are getting ready to go on a trip as well.
Yes, ma'am, they are. They are with a group called Project Lead, and they're leaving tomorrow morning at 2 a.m. They are going to Atlanta, Georgia to, they're going on an HBCU tour. So they're starting off in Atlanta. They'll be going to Morehouse, Spelman, Clark, Atlanta. And then they're traveling to Howard University and then another college or university in Virginia, and they might have one more stop on the way, but they are so excited about this trip, getting them exposed to universities. I can't believe I'm thinking about being an empty nester. What?
Oh,
What?
oh, that's
Yeah,
definitely a new chapter.
it's definitely a new chapter, but I'm so excited, and they're so excited about the opportunity to travel and see the history of our great country.
Absolutely. Well, I'm excited for them. That sounds like it's going to be amazing. And happy 20th wedding anniversary to you and your husband.
Thank you so much. We are celebrating March the 18th, March 18th. Yeah. And
Mhm.
so thank you so much. Where did the time go? Right. Where did
Well,
the,
it flies when you're having fun.
what you say?
So last week I completely forgot to do the shout outs. So let me get to the shout outs because you could be doing a lot of things, but you are intentional about being here with us, and we appreciate you for that. So AP Patrick Lawrence from Connecticut, thank you for joining us. Kenna Rollin from New Jersey, thank you for joining us. The one and only Dot McKeever Jeter, who we call Coach Dot McKeever Jeter. Thank you for joining us, and we appreciate your prayers and tagging everybody and all the promotion that you do for us. Miss Stacy L. Joy out on the West Coast, we appreciate you. Our brother, Mr. Tovar, greetings from Texas. Thank you for joining us. Miss Constance Sherrard, thank you for joining us from Mississippi. We appreciate you. Queen Jasmine Harris is here from out west. Thank you for joining us. And we also have, I think, yep, I did see her, Queen Jacqueline Harriet from Canada. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Dr. Sinitra Williams, thank you for joining us, and we appreciate all of the prayers and condolences for Dr. Taylor. Um, Otis Kitchen, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. And Dr. Edwin Garcia, congratulations on that new book. If you have not picked up your copy of Lead Anyway, I'm definitely getting my copy today. Please make sure you do that. It is on Amazon. So congratulations to you. Principal Kafele is in the house. We always appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. And Dr. Joe Griffin, who also does this work. Thank you for joining us. And I think I got everybody. And shout out to Brandon. He's our platform engineer. Thank you for joining us. And I see Ariel McDaniel is here as well.
Oh,
So,
Area McDaniel, she is from Florida, but she's now in Oklahoma. And she
oh,
works with the State Department of Education in Oklahoma. And she's now become our coach. And so we made that connection about a couple of weeks ago. So, hey,
oh, amazing. Well, thank you for
yeah.
joining us and taking the time to be here. We appreciate you.
She said
So,
Otis Kitchen's mom was her teacher in elementary school.
oh, wow. That's
Mhm.
amazing. It's
Yeah,
always a small world.
I'm telling you.
So that brings us to episode 238. We have talked in season 5 about a number of things respect, excellence, accountability, literacy, and leadership, which is our framework. We've talked about MTSS alignment, monitoring systems, adult empowerment, instructional coaching, and today we're going to talk about another system that either strengthens schools or wastes time if it is not done correctly, and that is our professional learning communities.
That's correct. PLCs were never meant to just be another meeting. They were designed to help teachers collaborate around instruction and student learning. But many schools, but in many schools, PLCs drift into logistics, announcements, and paperwork.
And we've talked about this before, Dr. Taylor and I. Sometimes in education, we will take something and we will mess it up so bad because we want to do all of the things and put our spin on it. And, we just make people hate things sometimes because of the messaging is incorrect, because of the way we roll it out, because of the way we do it. And so PLCs that were definitely are effective. Work has proven, research has proven that they're effective. They work. However, a lot of teachers, when you go into schools and hear them talk about PLC work, they dread it. But they dread it because of the way that it is kind of force fed to them. So we're going to talk today about how we cannot muddy those waters or clean them up a little bit and make this to be more enjoyable work. And sometimes, when we talk about it's all in the messaging, sometimes you got to rebrand things in school. When we've, as educators, and I'm putting myself in here as well, I'm including me, when we have messed things up so badly for people and just made it undigestible, sometimes we got to rebrand it. So instead of PLCs, sometimes I have moved to saying, let's do student data meetings. Because basically that's what you're talking about. When PLCs lose the focus, teachers leave the meeting with more tasks, but they're not improving on their instruction. So PLCs should always be centered around student learning and instructional improvement. And so to keep that focus, when you say student data meetings, that we're looking at the data, they should have some data when they go in there. That keeps the conversation focused. So strong PLCs help teachers answer those 4 important questions that we all know. What are students expected to learn? How will we know when they've learned it? What will we do when they struggle? And then what will we do once they've mastered it or if they've already mastered it?
And when PLCs answer those questions consistently, Tier 1 instruction becomes stronger across classrooms. And when Tier 1 is strong, fewer students require intervention.
Absolutely. And that is always our goal, is to strengthen tier 1 instruction because you want to limit the amount of children who are needing tier 2 and tier 3 intensities. And so we are specific about our messaging. We don't label children as tier 2 or tier 3. We're only intensifying our instruction because something didn't happen in tier 1. And so it's usually, something with adults, but sometimes we want to blame that on children. Yes. So PLC should align, or definitely, if you're using the REALL framework, you can definitely align them to our framework to help strengthen them. And so that means that respect would mean teachers feel safe sharing their challenges. It should be a safe space that's created, that has to be cultivated. They don't automatically walk in the room with other people and automatically feel safe. Excellence means that your teams are focused on high quality instruction. That means that we are intentional about making sure rigor is in what we're using. We're not just pulling stuff off the internet. We're not just doing Google searches or the teacher pay teacher searches. We're actually intentional about making sure what we're using matches the standard and the rigor.
Mhm.
Accountability means that teams follow through on agreed strategies. And then literacy instruction means that the instruction strengthens reading and language development. And for us, it's across the curriculum. This is not just an ELA person's job.
Mhm.
And then leadership means that the leaders support and protect PLC time.
That's so important. Protecting time. You gotta protect that time. Absolutely. When
Yes,
PLCs align to the framework, they become a system, not just another meeting.
absolutely.
One of the biggest challenges with PLCs is protecting the time. If PLC time is constantly interrupted, shortened, or filled with announcements, it loses its value.
It absolutely does. And we have to make sure that we are intentional about that. So leaders must protect the PLC time so teachers can focus on instruction and data and then their strategy refinement. And again, this is not something that's just going to, come about naturally. A lot of times for teachers, it has to be cultivated. And when we're talking about that, strategy refinement. I remember on one of Principal Kafele's episodes where he hosted Dr. Jackson.
Mhm.
A strong practice is where you're allowing teachers to take a standard that they're working on and somebody model how they're teaching it. And
Mhm.
then you get a chance to practice what this looks like, and everybody can chime in on, well, when I teach it, I do this. That's what the collaboration really should be centered around, and move people away from, oh well, I've taught the standards, checkbox, I've given an assessment, this who didn't study, because that's the thought process. This who
Mhm.
didn't study, so they didn't get it. These the low babies, so of course they didn't get it. These the ones who are receiving special service, so of course they didn't get it, so now we're moving on. We've got to stop people from that mentality and
Mhm.
make sure that we're stopping them to ensure that everyone is getting what they're supposed to get in tier one.
Mhm.
So when teachers collaborate regularly and see student progress, something powerful starts to happen, and they begin to believe together that their actions actually impact student outcomes. So when we start to internalize that what we're doing actually matters to children and to, they're benefiting from it, and it's not just whether or not they studied or not, or where they are on their levels, now we can get somewhere.
That's right, Dr. Houston. And that belief that you said, teacher collective efficacy, it is the number one indicator to student success. John Haiti did a research and talked about the effect size of teacher collective efficacy, and it was like 1.57, which
Hmm.
was way up there. So it wasn't the feedback. It wasn't it like feedback was actually at the bottom of the list, but
Hmm.
teacher collective efficacy is what's going to move the needle for our students in the classroom. And so lots of research has shown that teacher collective efficacy is one of the most powerful influences on student achievement.
Absolutely. And I believe it's because the teachers have internalized the work. They've taken
Mhm.
ownership of the work, and they've made that look, taken that mirror that Principal
Mhm.
Kafele tells us about and
Yeah.
put it in front of their faces to say, hey, what can I do to make sure that my students are getting to the next level or where they need to be? And if they
Mhm.
didn't do that, what do I need to do to
Come on.
intensify their instruction in order to make sure that they get it? And we stop
Mhm.
turning that mirror around and making it somebody else's fault about
Mhm.
why the children didn't learn the information.
Mhm. That's wow.
So it is an adjustment. It's a growth area a lot of times, but PLCs are not about filling time. They are about strengthening instruction together.
That's right. And when PLCs focus on the right work, teachers grow, instruction improves, and students succeed.
Absolutely. And if you have not had an opportunity to check out our leadership discussion guides that go along with each of these episodes, make sure you check that out. The one for this one, it has everybody to reflect. You can use these for your leadership team meetings, or if you want to use them in PLT time, make sure that teachers are or you're asking yourself as leaders, what do teachers typically do during PLC time in our school? So it's actually having you to reflect on this whole process at your school. Are PLC conversations centered on student learning?
Mhm.
Are you even in there to hear what anybody's talking about?
Mm,
We got to be real about that too. Do
right. Mhm.
teachers leave PLCs with strategies they can apply immediately? And when I was going through my process of my at my school to, raise the report card grade level, what I had to realize is a lot of my teacher leaders were still being developed. So
Right.
there was not a person who could lead the
Mhm.
PLT time. The
Mhm.
administrators had to be in there in order to make sure things were happening, because if we were not, what was happening was people would fill out the little questionnaire, and
Mhm. Mhm.
I filled it out for my room, and everybody, going on about their business. So we had to cultivate that
Right.
leadership and make sure everyone understood the
Mhm.
importance of it, because at that time they did not see it. Once we
Mhm.
got into the work and they saw the results, oh, so now we see why this is important.
Right.
So
Right.
these guides really just help you reflect. They're asking the right questions, and they're also allowing your teachers to reflect as well if you need that work to happen at your school. So don't sleep on the leadership discussion guide for the episode. They were designed to help. So thank you all for joining us for episode 238 of the Real Academy. And again, Real Fam, Tammy has received an overwhelming response. People just checking on her, sending flowers, cards. So just continue to keep her in prayer. Everyone has asked, well, how is she doing? And
Mhm.
it's an adjustment.
It is.
Someone who brought you into the world to have to learn to live without your mother
Yeah.
is a difficult thing. So just be in prayer for her and her family.
Yes, Tammy, we are praying for you. And it's been an honor, Dr. Houston, to be here again, joining in this wonderful, relevant conversation. Again, and thank you to the Real Academy community for the work you do for students every single day.
And thank you for the work that you do, Dr. Chunu. You are doing some amazing work as well, and we
Thank you.
appreciate you being willing to fill in. That's what Real Fam is all about. So yes, make sure that you join Principal Kafele next on his platform. We call him the leader's mentor and the GOAT for a reason. He always has something great in store for us with his amazing guest. And also join Josh and Dr. Marty Moreno on the PGP podcast on Sunday. And then right back here on Super Saturday, starting off with Principal Sean Hurd at 10 a.m. Yours truly, Create and Educate at 10:30, and then Principal Kafele is at 11 a.m. now. So we are the Resilience DoctHers, helping you create and educate so that you can thrive. And we hope that you continue to have a real amazing Super Saturday.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Uh-huh.